Well, it was and is Flag Day in North Texas as the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg with the #1 pick of the NBA draft. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock.
With the first pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
So it's official. The 18-year-old, just under 6'9" Duke freshman forward from Maine is officially a Maverick. Flagg left high school early to join Duke a year early. The Mavs only had a 1.8% chance to earn that #1 pick in the lottery. Got the balls dropped, and now they get a possible franchise-defining player months after general manager Nico Harrison traded away Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. Fox 4 Sam Gannon is at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn and spoke with Cooper Flagg a few minutes back. Sam.
Steve, we are live here in the media workroom here at the Barclays Center, and things have been buzzing. Now, listen, I know there were some skeptics out there. Many people thought that this thing might not happen, that possibly, perhaps, GM Nico Harrison could trade away that #1 overall pick. But guess what? That did not happen. There was never a doubt that this organization was going to take Cooper. But I understand the PTSD, Mavs fans. I do understand that. The thing about it is their future is here, and the Mavs did, in fact, capture the Flag. Let's take you back to that special moment earlier tonight, and Flagg had his family with him, his entire support system on hand tonight. His mom Kelly, dad Ralph, who both played college basketball, his twin brother Ace, his older brother Hunter as well, along with his former Duke head coach John Shire. Flagg began his high school career at Nokomis Regional High School in Maine, and then he spent 2 years at the prestigious Mount Verde Academy in Florida, where he won the Gatorade National Boys Player of the Year. He reclassified in high school so he could join Duke a year early. The 6'8", 221-pound forward has a 7-foot wingspan. In his lone season at Duke, he put together one of the best freshman campaigns ever. He averaged 19.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists, and 1.4 blocks. He led the Blue Devils to the Final Four. He was a consensus first-team All-American, the consensus National Player of the Year, so he has accolades aplenty. And he led the Blue Devils this past season in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks per game, becoming the second freshman in the last 25 years to lead his respective team in all 5 categories. So what kind of player are the Mavs getting? An elite two-way player, one who can play multiple positions and guard multiple positions. Minutes ago, we had the chance for a quick visit with Mr. Flagg. 2 questions, though. He's a busy guy tonight making those media rounds. Take a listen. What most intrigues you about stepping into a situation where you get to play alongside some veterans, future Hall of Famers?
I think just the opportunity to be a sponge, to go in and just be ready to soak everything in. Like you said, being surrounded by 3 Hall of Famers, those caliber of players, and a lot of other really good players as well. You know, the whole team is really deep all the way through, so I think just the ability to learn, you know, the opportunity to go in, learn as much as I can, compete, practices, whatever it is, just to push myself, you know, be around those type of guys. It would be really good for me.
When we spoke to you yesterday, you said you pride yourself on being an impact player, a two-way player. What aspect of your game do you think will immediately translate into the NBA?
I think, like you said, just being a two-way impact player, you know, whether it's scoring, being on the ball, you know, that sort of thing, or just impacting the game in other ways, you know, doing the little things that people don't always do. I think that's something that I can do at a high level and try to be really consistent at doing. So I think that's something that I can kind of translate right away.
Cooper Flagg will wear the number 32 for the Dallas Mavericks, and he will officially be introduced as a Dallas Maverick on Friday. We'll have much more from Flag Day coming up later on tonight on Free For All. Reporting here from the Barclays Center, Sam Gannon, Fox 4 Sports.
Thanks, Sam.